So I'd say about 4, maybe 5 months ago, I got requests for me to review the next season of Game of Thrones. And, I basically, after season 5, I watched season 6. I watched all of season 6 during the summer, when I had more time and I wasn't in school. Then, boom, school came. I started high school. Boom. Huge time for me. And I totally forgot about my Game of Thrones videos. Then, Walking Dead. Walking Dead came out. Rick's last episode's released. The first half of season 9, finally ended. And here I am now, finally reviewing season 6 of Game of Thrones. Pretty crazy, right? So, I got so many requests. And I reviewed season 5 like 4 or 5 months ago. And I've actually watched season 6 in the summer. So, it's been a few months for me since I saw season 6. Which means this recap is probably going to be difficult to remember a few things. So, forgive me for that. But, I just finished season 7 of Game of Thrones. I'm caught up. And I want to discuss season 7. But, I have to discuss season 6 first. So, let's discuss Game of Thrones season 6. So, this season is amazing. I mean, you want to talk a season of a television series that truly is, that truly blows my mind. This season is one of the best seasons of a television show I've ever seen. Game of Thrones just knocks it out of the park all the time. I actually really do want to own every season of Game of Thrones on Blu-ray or DVD, preferably Blu-ray. Because I only have season 1, and I want to own the others because I need these in my collection, for sure. After seeing season 6 during the summer, and after just finishing season 7, the shorter season 7 it was, I definitely want to get all of the seasons. Now, to recap this season, so season 6 of Game of Thrones, definitely the best episode this season would be definitely episode 9 for me. However, you could plead the case that episode 10 might have been the best one. But in terms of my favorite, I would definitely say episode 9. So, let's start with episode 1. So, this one, of course, around this time is when Jon, everybody kind of thinks he's dead. And we get to see in this episode quite a bit of stuff go down. We get to see Jaime go back to King's Landing. We get to see, him and find out what happened to Cersei in the season 5 finale. We also get to see, tons of stuff go through here with, them trying to see if they can save Jon throughout the first few episodes of this season. And, of course, in Home, we actually get to see that. We get to see Jon come back. And he, basically doesn't want to be the leader of, Castle Black anymore. But he goes further. Not only doesn't want to be the leader of Castle Black, he actually hangs the people that stabbed him. So that was awesome. We get a good few deaths here as well, as he asks them for their final words. Now, I don't remember their names at all, because again, it's been a while since I've seen this, but that was awesome. That was amazing. So I like that a lot. Another takeaway is we get to see the Red Lady, right? And she basically, we get to find out at the end of the first episode that she's actually a very old woman, and it's kind of like this, magical type of thing. It was just okay. I wasn't a big fan of that, but I'll accept it. Now, the worst stuff this season, if I have to say my least favorite storyline of season 6, Arya. Definitely, but again, I don't want to sound like I don't like Arya, but she's one of my favorite characters. It's just the storyline that I'm not a fan of. I look at her storyline and I don't see many positives. I don't. I see a few, but honestly, that was really just kind of blah. So, of course, her vision is, a big problem this season. And I did like certain aspects, like when she's getting chased and stuff. But I still didn't, I don't know. Some of those characters were kind of annoying me after a while. Some of the ones that were trying to kill her, especially the lady that was trying to kill Arya. And it's just like, leave her alone, bro. So, I don't know. I thought that was just okay. So we get to see this season as well. Jaime, he gets a lot of time this this season, though. If that's the one thing I'll say. Jaime gets a lot of time in this season of Game of Thrones. Yeah. We get to see a lot of Jaime. We get to see quite a bit of King's Landing here. I'm kind of trying to remember some of it, but we see a lot of stuff with Cersei this season as well. Daenerys. So Daenerys, of course, the stuff with in episode 9, of course, that was amazing with Tyrion and all that kind of stuff. Of course, the guy from season 3 kind of comes back in that episode, and Daenerys and the dragon and stuff. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that a lot in Marine. That was very, very exciting stuff for sure. So, Tyrion's still kind of part of Daenerys' group, and, of course, that kind of also carries into Season 7. So he's definitely not loyal to the Lannisters anymore. In terms of Tyrion this season, too, I really enjoyed Tyrion this season. I would definitely say my favorite season for Tyrion's character would probably either be Season 6 or Season 5. I really enjoyed what they did with him in these last 2 seasons. I just think that they're using the character a lot better. I kind of like him more when he's on Daenerys' side than with the Lannisters, but I did like him being a Lannister too. So, I guess you could call him, Tyrion Targaryen, if you want. Since he is loyal to Daenerys. So, that's that. So, we also get to see this season, the Mountain returns. So, I wanted to kind of mention this as well. Or not the Mountain. The Hound returns. Sorry, I get some of the names mixed up. The Hound returns. So, we get to see the Hound return in, episode 7? And I was so happy to see that. He's one of my favorite characters in the series, too, and I think a lot of people could probably feel that way. He's one of the best characters in the series. And, to see him come back in such an awesome fashion, I loved it. I just loved it. So, that was that. So, I want to talk about the battle with Ramsay, Jon, and everybody at the end of the season, because that really was the part of the season the peak of the season that really made this one of the best seasons. Now, I will say one thing. This battle, I was honestly... This is my favorite. This episode, Season 6, Episode 9, and Season 6, Episode 10, are my 2 favorite episodes of any series. And I want you to hold on for a second here, because I know you're going to say, dude, Walking Dead's like your favorite show. It's like your favorite thing ever. Yes, I know. But, and it does have a lot of awesome episodes. But I honestly believe that Game of Thrones outdid every single episode Walking Dead did with episode 9 and 10. The rest of the episodes of Game of Thrones compared to Walking Dead, I'd probably say Walking Dead, but, episode 9, episode 10, those were insane. The deaths in episode 10, just so many people died in episode 10. It was unbelievable. Marjorie and just everybody there. Wow. And of course, Cersei and just all the crazy stuff she did in that episode. But, I really have to say, I think episode 9 and 10 were the 2 best episodes this season. The battle was insane. So, of course, of course, Jon's brother, he runs, right? And he's like, run to your brother, And I was just like, what are you about to do? And he gets the arrow and he starts firing the arrows, right, as he's running. See, me? I would have been zigzagging my way there. Because honestly, if you zigzag, you probably... Because it's Ramsay. How do you not know that he's probably going to try to kill you on your way there? Seriously, if I was him when I was running to Jon, I would seriously go like this, Yeah, I know that'd be pretty tricky, but... do that, because it'll keep you alive. It will seriously keep you alive, because if it was me, I would do that. I would seriously do that. Maybe he was just scared and he kind of just didn't think of it, but he should have. He seriously should have, because it, it costed his life. So, yeah, so then Jon goes, right? And tons of arrows fire to Jon, and of course, he takes his sword out, right? And you've got I love the shot where you see the sword and you've got all the people coming, right? And right as he's about to fight, the armies kind of, clash, right? And everybody's fighting. People are dying everywhere, and it's just insanity. And then, of course, the part that I want to mention is the part where he gets stuck in the bodies, and he can't breathe, and, and he's like, oh, he gets out. That was one of the most intense scenes ever. I felt like I was in there. I felt like I was in the pile of bodies trying to get out myself. They literally, it's like they put me in there myself and I was trying to get out. It was insane how they did that. Such a claustrophobic feeling, for sure. Anybody claustrophobic, don't watch that scene because it will be, it will definitely, it will get you, for sure. So that was that. Then we get to see Ramsay and Jon fight, and Jon beats him up, like, really badly. And then, of course, at the end, Sansa just lets the dog, like, oh my god, and he's tied to the chair and everything. He's seriously beat up, and that's the end of Ramsay. So, wow. Now, like I was saying, man, episode 10, though, let's move on to that. That one was insane as well, because, I mean, the Daenerys at the end, on the ships and stuff, that was awesome at the end, leaving Meereen and stuff. But I just, seriously, episode 10, with all the deaths and stuff, like I said, Marjorie and, the list goes on, but I really freaked out when I saw that episode. And, of course, the big explosion and everything in King's Landing, just wow. And, I'm not going to go into much more detail, but that was incredible. Just incredible how that was done. So, if I had to rate this season, a 10 out of 10 guaranteed. 10 out of 10. Not a 9.8, 9.9, whatever. No, 10 out of 10. This was an amazing season. And I will always remember this season. Forever. I loved it so much with a passion. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Write your comments below. If you are watching Game of Thrones, do you enjoy the series? And, are you excited for Season 8? Because once we review Season 7, which we'll probably be doing maybe a few days. We'll give it a few days before we review the next season. Once we do that, we're going to start pumping some Season 8 videos as well. Because I'm caught up and I want to start discussing Season 8. Because it is coming in April. So, let's start getting hyped about that for sure. We only got a few more months. So, that sounds like a lot though, right? So, if you're a GOT fan, a few more months is a long time. It's like 10 years, So, anyway, write your comments below. Awesome season of Game of Thrones. I'll end this video here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.